makeup tutorial and like get ready with me / get to know me video. I already started, but I didn't realize that the camera wasn't recording. You didn't miss much though. I'll just put on my primer, which is Wet n Wild Glass Protect, and then this Target Up and Up brand. It's like a moisturizer / sunscreen. That's all you really missed. But now I'm getting to my eyebrows, and I'm using the Maybelline eyebrow pencil. I just use any eyebrow pencil I see once I walk into the store. Doesn't matter the brand. But a little to get to know me. I'm 20 years old. I was born here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. My birthday is April 11th, 2002. I would say most mentionable things I'd say to get me to where I am today is, well, in high school, I did theater, but I only did theater like my sophomore and junior year. I didn't go to school senior year. I did graduate though, but I did online school because of COVID. I'd say the biggest things that shaped me was theater, because I used to be someone who was super shy. Like I would not be making a video at all. Like during presentations I would cry and run off like the front of the classroom, the stage, whatever. But sophomore year I decided, you know what, I'm tired of being shy. I can't be like this every single day of my life. So I went to theater. I would say me and the theater teacher were best friends, okay? We had a lot of hate with each other. Anyway, but if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I am today. I'm a real estate agent now, and if it wasn't for what he said to me during my days there, that would have never happened. But basically I'm not going to explain everything, but at the end of the day, we got in this really big fight. It involved the principal. It was about a play that I told him I couldn't be in, so I talked to him before the play. He said he'd get back to me on it. He never did. I didn't attend rehearsal, and then apparently he was asking all the students what's my phone number, where I'm at, and saying all this bad stuff about me. So the next day when I showed up to school, all the theater kids were looking at me, staring at me, and I was like, why are all these kids staring at me? Finally, one of them came up to me and was like, do you know what he said about you? And I was like, no. And then she told me how he asked for my phone number from all the students and was talking all this smack. So I was terrified to go to his class. But when I finally did get to his class, he did single me out in front of the class. He was like, Anna, come here. And literally we were on a stage, so everyone in class was like in a circle, and I had to go in the middle, and he said, I need you to go to my office now. And he sent another kid in there because he had to talk to her. But that's not even the point of the story. Anyway, when I got to his office, he left the other kid just standing there. Those two kids, he left them there while he screamed and yelled at me about how mad he was and disappointed and all this stuff at me. And he threatened to call my dad, in which I was like, fine. I gave him my dad's phone number, because I knew my dad's not going to do anything. My dad's going to be on my side, basically. Before we continue, I used Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1. It's a foundation and a concealer, just because anytime I bought a concealer, it was too bright and messed up my foundation look. So this just makes it easier. I'm just gonna outline and define my eyebrows. But yeah, he threatened to call my dad. He got on the phone and he talked as if he was talking to my dad and making it sound like I was like in the biggest trouble ever. And then at the very end, he was like, your dad didn't pick up, and put the phone down. I was like, number one, he did deserve a freaking Oscar for that, because I believed him. But he did leave a voicemail though. But I honestly did believe him until the end. And then at the very end, he told me, Anna, you are never gonna do anything. You are never gonna be anything in life. You are just gonna suffer and never be anything. And that was the moment I was like, no, I'm not gonna let other people decide who I'm gonna be, what I'm gonna do in life, how successful I am. And that's when I decided I really need to figure out what career I'm gonna do. What do I like? What do I don't like? I can't just keep playing around like it's high school. So I tried to find a career. It was junior year. No, yeah, it was junior year because I started sophomore year. This happened junior year. And right when this happened, the next week COVID hit. So our school got shut down and everything. But no, let me tell you what he did. It was really, really petty. I had 105% in his class. I went to the principal right after we had that conversation. I cried in there, told him everything that happened. Like, a lot of the, if you're not in theater to begin with, the other theater kids are gonna be rude and mean to you. That's all I'm gonna say about everything that happened. But yeah, and he even checked my grades when I got in there, 105%. Next day, I get like a little notification from my app. The app has like all my grades in it, and it said like 2% theater. I was like, oh my god, because it's almost the end of the year. So I went back to the principal's office and I told him, hey, he switched my grades from 105% to 2%. He gave me a 0 out of 500 twice to change my grade. So the principal obviously knew it was real because he checked my grades before. He's like, I always check the grades whenever kids come in here because sometimes teachers are petty and will do that kind of stuff. So he had a conversation with him, yada yada. I got put into another class. I wasn't supposed to because it was so close to the end of the year, but they moved me anyway because I told them I am not going to step foot in that classroom if he is the teacher. I don't care. I'm not showing up. I'll ditch. I don't care. I'm not going in that classroom if he is the teacher. So they moved me to a different class. It was still about theater, but it was like you watched movies and you had to like write about the movie. I don't know. I was only in there for like a week and a half because that's when COVID hit and they you had to just go home, and the only schoolwork you could do was for extra credit, and it was like 2 points, 3 points max. So I had to send a very angry email to the headmaster. I don't know, whoever I texted was like the highest person up in the school system, superintendent, I guess. And I emailed this angry letter, and I was like, there's no way that I can fix my grade. Like, it's a 2%, and I was passing with 105%. So they fixed it. Lucky me. But then school opened up the next year. I decided not to go. I just did online school. I don't know, I didn't want to face everyone, face my demons, I don't know, see everyone who I disappointed, I guess, if we're being real. So I just didn't go. I did online school. I mean, it was fine. I got through with it, but I still didn't know what I wanted to do. Even when I graduated, I was stuck between doing architecture. What else? I want to do pharmacist only because of money, honestly. I was like, ooh, good money, I'm gonna be successful. But then I looked into it and I was like, this is boring. Boring. And you have to do so much school. And I was like, shout out to all the pharmacists out there because I could never. And then I was like, I really like architecture. I like building things. I like the way things look. And I was like, well, architecture or real estate sound really good to me. Like, I'm not the best people person. I'm not good at talking on the phone. I'm good at texting, but I'm not good at talking on the phone. Oh, I thought interior design too. But I feel like school wasn't for me. Like, I couldn't do any more school. Like, I barely made it senior year, even with online school. Like, I just felt like I was drowning, you know? Like, it just wasn't for me. It was draining me. Wasn't happy doing it, and I knew going to college just wasn't gonna be for me. So I did real estate. And every single time I failed the test or whatever, I just thought about what he said to me. I'm never gonna be anything, blah 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 blah. And I was like, I can't let that be true. So I kept going at it. I signed up for a 6-month course. I got my certificate. I passed the school test, and then I went and tested for my state license. I failed the first time, but you know, that wasn't gonna stop me. I went and I paid for extra learning, basically like flashcards and stuff. Second time I went in, I passed. I was like, thank the Lord, and I walked out of there so happy. But then I was like, what's my next step? Like, what is it? So during this time of me testing, I visited brokerages. I found one that I went to, everything was going good, you know. I had a, what's it called, an interview, and then I had a meeting, and then I was going into shadow, and I was like, wow, I got this job, like, seems so cool, like, now I'm a realtor, and it's so much fun, like, I'm gonna go show all these houses. No. When I went into shadowing, I was supposed to be there for like a 5-hour period, but they were busy, so I only came in for an hour, and within that hour, at the very end, I had like a 5-minute meeting with the broker, and apparently I was not hired. I was there to waste my time. You know, don't look at it that way. Just look at it that way as like experience. That's what I did. I'm just salty. So, yeah, I went in, and he just told me he just doesn't see it in me. And I even told him the story about my theater teacher, and he's like, well, don't listen to him, like, you can still do it, but he just didn't see it in me. And I was like, well, just because he doesn't see it in me doesn't mean I don't have it in me. So I went to another brokerage. The one I'm with at right now, honestly, I got a way better vibe coming in. Like, I felt welcomed. They showed me to everyone that worked there, and I got a lot better benefits too. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate on curling. But yeah, I just got way better benefits, and everyone was so nice. Like, the first day I came in, there was a person walking around to the offices offering cookies. Sadly, I didn't get a cookie because they asked the lady that was next to me first, and she's like, oh no, I'm good. And then the guy was starting to turn around. I was like, and he turned around, and I was like, oh, she was speaking for her, not me. But you know, it's whatever. And it was crumble. It wasn't any old cookie. It was a crumble cookie, and I've never had a crumble cookie. And I guess I still never have. Eventually, you know what, when I have money, I'll go and review some crumble cookies, because that still upsets me that I didn't get to try a crumble cookie. You know, I love Shane Dawson. He always gets crumble cookies, and you know what, I want a crumble cookie. Eventually I'll get a crumble cookie. Now I'm doing my lashes, which is like freaking embarrassing to do on camera. Oh my god, I didn't realize I was already back. I just switched location. I just switched locations because the lighting down there just wasn't it for makeup. Let me find my, oh, it's right here. My lovely 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. I'm just gonna put it like under my eyes and around here. Back to what we were talking about, vaguely remember. Yeah, so, getting into real estate. Oh yeah, so everyone welcomed me in, and I finished getting my license and everything. I came in, and now I'm maybe on my 3rd, 4th week there. I do have my first client. It's going pretty good. I mean, she's looking to buy, so it's a buyer. One thing you do not teach in real estate school is anything about contracts, nothing working with the buyer seller. All they teach you is basically how to not end up in jail through real estate. You know, there's like all these little things that you could do to throw you in jail. So we got that going. Every single time I do anything, I'm like, am I gonna go to jail? Nah. But yeah, now I'm at where I'm at. I have 2 jobs. And then I started doing, well, let me finish this. Okay, I got over the mouth part. No, I started doing YouTube because, you know, you never know what can happen. I wanted to document my real estate life, getting into real estate, just because I didn't see too many videos out about it. And I just didn't really know what I was doing, to be honest. I still kind of don't know what I'm doing. You know, I'm just doing my best, going forward, asking help if I need it at the moment. But yeah, that's why I kind of started YouTube. And it's not all just real estate stuff. Like, I want it to be like a lot of things, like vlogging, just showing me having fun, going to see my cousins, whatever, questions, real estate stuff, like just like a mixture of everything. And I feel like that's okay, you know, you don't really have to have a reason. And then that's my foundation. I do contour too. You know what, I do blush first. This was like a free gift I got. NYX Sweet Cheeks That's kind of funny. It's a liquid blush, and I just kind of dab it on, so I'll show you guys. I smile when I do it, so kind of awkward. But yeah, I smile, and then I just kind of go like that. Other side too. Looks good. And then everyone thinks this is so funny when I do makeup at their houses, but I get like my 2 fingers and I smile and I just dab it on. It is kind of weird. That looks like a lot of blush. Hopefully, hopefully it'll just die down. It's not dying down. Let me look in my mirror, because maybe it's just worse on camera. It's just worse on the camera. It's not like that in real life. Next I do concealer. I mean, not concealer. Contour. I use this. I got this a long time ago. It's like NYX. What does it say? NYX Wonder Stick. It has this side it has a highlighter. This side it has a contour. I do use the highlighting stick. I don't highlight like normal. But let's do the contour first. I got fish lips. And then I go under here just because like my side profile isn't it. Like I have like a double chin coming out. So I just like to cover that up. So I go under here and I just kind of line it up. I don't do my forehead just because I have like a rounder face and I feel like that just makes it rounder. And this way it just makes it longer. Because I used to like contour all up here, all down here. And it was too much. Like I looked like a freaking Oompa Loompa. Like it just ended up being really dark and sharp. And it was just too much. So now that's the only places I do contour. And I used to not even do blush. And then my grandma said, you don't even look alive without blush. So I was like, you know what, I'll add blush. And honestly, I really like it. I just thought I'd look stupid. You know, people who put like way too much makeup, or like in the 90s when they had that like super pink blush and then like the blue eyeshadow. That's what I was getting. So that's why I didn't do blush until I was 20 years old. Wow. Ooh, maybe I can do a draw my life. Maybe one day, but not today. And then I go in with, I'm gonna go in with this loose powder Air Spun. It comes like a little like fancy, like Marilyn Monroe puff. So I do your makeup, I lost that. So I'll just use this little pink brush. And I'm gonna just put a little bit. Well, honestly, we're gonna do this first. So I pack some of the loose powder onto the brush. And I go under my eye just so it sticks. And it mattifies or whatever. I feel like my eyes and like my T-zone is like the worst with like sweat and me touching it. So like putting more powder on it just helps. A little extra. And my forehead, oof, this part right here, it's like already oily. I'm someone who doesn't like too much makeup. Even this is kind of a lot. And then I do bronzer. Oh, it's what I was using as a little mirror. It's just the NYX matte bronzer. I don't know if it's like too dark or whatever for me. I mean, I've been using it if I can find the brush for it. Because it's not in my makeup box. I don't like mixing brushes. Let me see if it's out. I think it is just missing. Oh no, are we not gonna have bronzer? I need like some type of dimension. Okay, well, it's not on the floor. Oh, I got it. It's an Eco brush. Little E. I got it for Christmas. Anyways, I just do this, fishy lips again. You know what? I want to be like Trisha Paytas. She just kind of like vlogs whatever, and it ends up being okay. Cute. And then that's when I use this brush, and I just kind of dust it in the powder, and I just kind of dab it first, and then I dab it on top of my blush just so it kind of makes the blush stick, because it is a liquid. And then, I mean, that's just how it works in my head. If it's a liquid, it needs to be powdered over. And then, little dusting. Little dusting. My nose too. I put a lot of. Cute. And then, I have like a favorite lip gloss. It's like the e.l.f. Lip Smacker. Let me grab it. It's not pausing. Okay guys, I'm back. It is e.l.f. Lip Liqueur. I don't know if that's really helping. You know, e.l.f. Lip Liqueur in shade Moody Capricci. I can't even say it. Hopefully the camera focus. Okay, it's just not gonna focus. It's Moody something. It starts with a C. Anyway, I just kind of put it on. Cute. And then a little, this is the e.l.f. makeup mist and set. I've had it forever. I don't put that much on it. I just don't like my face getting all wet. And then I'm pretty sure I need to re-straighten my hair. Let's see. It needs like a little straightening. So that's kind of the final. Oh, that's not the final look. Oh my god, I almost forgot. This is like my favorite part now. I do highlight in my inner corners, so let me add that on before we do like the final look. Got it. But yeah, that was kind of like, not my whole life story, but just my story about how I got into real estate, how I became a YouTuber, how my Instagram bio became vlogger, YouTuber, realtor. I mean, that's really it. I mean, took a lot to get where I am. It took me, like a whole, since senior year to figure out how I'm gonna get here. And I did get here, but like, starting real estate is just so hard. Sometimes I feel like giving up, but then I think about what my teacher said, and you know what, I can't just give up just because it's hard. And you know what, you guys can't give up either just because life is hard. Life is always hard. Any path you take is just gonna be hard. And you gotta go through the hard stuff before you get to the better stuff. But that's more my look, yeah. I don't contour my nose or anything, it's just too much work and it's just so much makeup. But this is kind of it, man. Giving me 2015-16 vibes. But yeah, I mean, guys, so if you guys take anything from this video, it's don't let people tell you who you can and can't be. Don't let people tell you you can or can't do something. Always at least try your best. If it knocks you down, just get up and do it again, because you never know what can happen, you know? Even with my YouTube videos, I could go viral and really help some people. I can start selling luxury homes. I mean, the possibilities are really endless. Just give yourself a chance. Next video coming up, just leave a comment down if you want to see something. If not, it's gonna be a kind of like a, you know what, no spoiling. I'm not gonna spoil. You guys are gonna just have to watch, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and see what happens next.